So we have some Democrats coming out trying to say that everyone at the Hyundai factory that was raided recently by ICE, every single one had a visa. Let's take a watch.
We represent several employees from different Korean companies that were engaged in the plant construction and development. One thing I think that's been unclear through all this is why did ICE and a specific part of ICE, HSI, go to this plant? As the reporter mentioned, they were looking for 4 Latino workers. That's it. In fact, when ICE went to this plant, we have now found out they didn't understand that there were a lot of Koreans there. The Koreans were never part of the plan, which is why they didn't even bring a single Korean translator with them. It turns out that the vast majority of these Korean workers weren't pounding nails. They weren't building facilities. They were working on what's called after-sales service and installation pursuant to valid visas in the United States. Every one of these individuals had entered on a visa. They had told Customs and Border Protection why they were here. For those that actually had visas as opposed to ESTA, they had gone to the consulate and explained they were working for companies that were selling the parts of the plant that create the batteries from their foreign companies. It turns out there's only 3 companies in the entire world that actually make the equipment that allows you to make batteries. And none of those companies are in the United States. These individuals were working for those companies in installing the plant so the plant could then employ U.S.
You see how he buffered it? He's trying to say now that the Koreans were here specifically on travel visas. And with a travel visa, you cannot work on a travel visa. And then he states that they were going to help supply jobs for Americans. And see, this was all part of Biden's little plan, if you go back, the $1 billion plan with the Hyundai. And as well, Governor Kim. Billions of dollars as well. The donations in 2022 for his election, for his fund, do you know it rose over 70 million? Because it was at 75 million. It was at 5 originally almost, and it jumped from 2020 to 2022 to 75 freaking $million in donations. So no, you cannot work in the U.S. on a ESTA visa. It's an electronic system for travel authorization. It is only for tourism or limited to business purposes, and working for any U.S.-based employer or performing services that would otherwise be done by a U.S. worker is strictly prohibited. Engaging in prohibited work activities can lead to severe consequences, including being denied entry, having your ESTA terminated, and being barred from future ESTA use. All 475 individuals that were arrested during this Immigration and Customs Enforcement's ICE raid at the Hyundai Electronic Vehicle Battery Plant construction site in Isabel, Georgia, on September 5th, 2025, were in the United States illegally or in violation of their immigration status, including the U.S. Department of Homeland Security officials. This was the largest site operations in the history of Homeland Security investigation. So you're an attorney and you help illegals, correct? So if they had an ESTA, you're trying to say they were actually working. You just said it yourself, that they were working for these companies. They were trying to get stuff ready for American jobs. They had an ESTA visa. That's it. That's for tourism. That's for travel. You know this. You're an attorney. So what you are stating is complete moot and lies. So each one of them deserve to be deported. Hey, if you want to come over here and teach and set up something, then get the correct damn visa. Don't spew your bullshit here on social media and news outlets trying to make it sound like they were here legal and ICE just did such a bad thing. I voted for this shit. Country crazy out.